can see people are currently making repairs to the roof. This is after a fire broke out in their kitchen earlier this month. They are both from the Rattlesnake Roundup. I don't know if you could tell that already. Maybe the rattlesnakes gave it away. So you don't yank, you just squeeze, right? Nothing's coming out. Nothing, I think she's out. We have this cold front coming in from the north. I'm sorry, maybe Chicago might be to blame for this, but let's not call out any names. Well, we are going to end this and go live with Governor Greg Abbott, who is in Austin with a press conference. Thank you, Heath. Happy to see a little bit of a warm-up coming our way. Well, the city of San Angelo has reported a total of 35 cases of the coronavirus here in Tom Green County. 23 of those cases are being monitored. 11 of those cases have been released, and there is one death. Also, 901 tests have been given. We'll have the latest COVID-19 numbers as they become available. After 8 this morning, all the closures that were in place for the Easter weekend will be lifted. The Concho River Walk, Red Arroyo Trail, and Lake Nasworthy public docks and ramps will be reopened for usage. Parks are still for the most part closed, but you can use them for exercise. You will still need to maintain social distancing from others. Also, you are not allowed to congregate at these public places. Starting today, meals for the elderly will be closed. This decision was made based on the amount of confirmed COVID-19 cases in San Angelo. They say the plan is to reopen in 2 weeks on Monday, April 27th.
Carol Ann, what are you doing out here?
Sparkling Service owner Phoebe Thomerson says her inspiration for starting her own cleaning business stemmed from her mother.
Sound good? Okay.
We did it together. You know, she had a cleaning business, and so, you know, I did it growing up.
And those memories of her mom still drives her.
I just kept doing it, and it reminded me of being with her. I know that sounds probably weird, but whenever I'm cleaning something, like, I can remember, like, her telling me to make sure I got something, or just, you know, little things.
But now the coronavirus outbreak is making it hard for her to run her business efficiently.
I actually only have one friend from church who's helping me now because all of my girls have children and are unable to work because they don't have childcare.
Losing workers isn't the only problem her business is facing.
I have one that had mentioned that she would have just me because I think she just, you know, wants to support me and help me. But most of them are saying no to any cleaning or any visitors right now.
To help small businesses like Sparkling Services during these hard times, Texas Governor Greg Abbott says there is now $50 million in loans that small businesses can apply for. He says they can do this through Lift Fund or other community development financial institutions. Even with having these loans available to her, Phoebe doesn't know the future of her business. But in the meantime, the crisis has turned her clients into family.
That's one thing I've reached out to them, especially my at-risk and elderly customers, and just let them know that I would be willing to do any kind of shopping or anything that they might need right now, so they don't have to get out.
Nobody knows the future of these trying times, but we do know we can't get through them without kind-hearted people like Phoebe. People passing through all the vendors at this year's rodeo may catch a glimpse of Ernie Cantu's Shoe Shine Parlor. Ernie shines hundreds of boots during the rodeo season, but his motive may surprise you.
The purpose is really my daughters, because one of them's in a coma. She's been in a coma 3 years, and the other one, she needs her 4th kidney transplant, and I want to help them out.
It hasn't always been easy on Ernie.
It's been hard. It's been really hard. I get depressed, but people, if it wouldn't be for the people like you guys and everybody else, it's a blessing because everybody picks me up.
And people continue to help.
There's people that come in here and say, hey, how's your daughters? And I say, fine, you know, and then they'll come right back and they'll say, hey, Ernie, we're going to give you this. So they give me money and they say, it's for your daughters. You know, what God told us to. And I said, wow.
To an outsider passing by, you see a businessman, but Ernie is just a father looking for ways to provide for his family.
If I can do anything to help, you know, work for it in any kind of way, I will.
Shining and reselling restored boots has been Ernie's passion for many years, and he is now using his gift as his purpose for being involved in this year's rodeo. A court-appointed special advocate or CASA volunteer may never truly know the difference they have made in their appointed child's life. But the Chief Development Officer for the Children's Advocacy Center of Greater West Texas, Justin DeLoach, says it's life-changing.
That child may not realize it today, but 10 or 20 years down the road, their CASA volunteer may be the only person that was a bright light for them during such a very traumatic time.
But it's just not life-changing for the child.
The investment on the volunteer side is a huge investment, but at the same time, it does change their life, and it really lets them know that they are changing the life of a child.
And CASA volunteers are needed here locally.
The CASA volunteer program is one of the programs that is growing, and if we don't have volunteers that are sworn in by the courts ready to go, we have kids then who are needing a CASA and don't have one.
Being a CASA volunteer is not guaranteed to always be easy, but it has potential to be rewarding.
So through that 4-year time period, the CASA volunteer learned so much about the young lady, and they had their ups and downs, they had some fights, they had some disagreements, but by the end, the CASA volunteer goes home one day, and in her mail she received a high school graduation invitation from her CASA kid. And so she said it was very life-changing for her in that moment, because she knows she played a part in that child getting to that point where she could graduate high school.
Children who have been removed from their family and put into foster care may feel a sense of hopelessness, but for most of these kids, they find a sense of hope through the love of their CASA volunteers.